Good morning, everyone. We're ready to start the meeting of Board of Assessors of January 11th, 2023. Our first order of business is to elect the Board of Assessors Chairman, Vice Chairman, Chairperson, and Secretary. I would entertain a motion for Chairperson.
I can make a motion that we elect Bob Horn as the chairman for the Board of Assessors. And I would recommend.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. I would entertain a motion for five chairperson of the Board of Assessors.
I move that we.
Okay. Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. And I would entertain a motion to elect Adrian as the secretary.
I can make a motion that we retain the services of Adrian as secretary of the Board of Assessors.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Motion passed. Next on the agenda is to appoint Stephen Trey. I would entertain a motion to appoint.
Motion that we appoint Steve as our chief advisor.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Motion passed. Congratulations, Steve. Our next order of business is the approval of Turner Roster Maine LLC to continue as BOA attorney.
I can make a motion to retain services of Turner Ross Tremaine LLC for the services of the Board of Assessors attorney.
Second.
The motion and second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Next on the agenda is the approval of pricing manuals for 2022.
Yeah, that's 23. Sorry.
2023. It is just three.
These are the three manuals that are being used to generate the values for the boats, the planes, and the parts that we have raised, and we just need the boards of money to proceed using these new rates.
I would entertain a motion to approve the pricing manual of the boats that individually.
Make a motion that we approve the pricing manuals for 2023 for boats, planes, and vehicles as identified.
Motion and second. Do we have any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion. Next on the agenda is the approval of the previous meetings minutes. Or we take the motion, right?
Second motion that we approve previous.
Motion and second. Do we have any discussion? All in favor say aye. Motion passed. I'm going to commercial.
Aye.
Next is the personal property damage changes on this night within forms.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Really good.
Don't have a lot, if we have a little. We're gonna start on page 3. And we processed the late return, which Taylor Quentin, we added $12,267 to that from zero, so that was positive. We made some corrections for Service First 2021 and 2020. They had not filed previous returns, and they filed the returns for 2020 and 2021. It was also, we had an estimated value, so we had to correct the estimated value from $150,000 in 2021 down to $80,931, which is a negative $69,069 for 2020. We also had an estimated value of $150,000, and that one was reduced to $140,977, which was a reduction of $9,023.
Quick question, what's it on why to go down?
Depreciation cost of the valuation it dropped. It dropped it. So the first year is 67%, and to 50%, and then 32%, and then the fourth year 50%. So it's just a depreciation back. Appreciate it. And the last thing on my agenda is there was a mobile home that was removed, and that from 12,987.91 to 0. Mobile home was removed on 10/11/2021, so we had to remove back to you. That's what I had. Any questions?
Yeah.
Are you going to take motion to bring the personal property values changes as noted?
Make a motion that would approve the personal property values changes.
Second. The motion is second, discussion. All in favor, say aye. Thank you. Motion passed. Thank you. It's real property values change.
Good morning.
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 We're going to go over the real property digest changes starting on page 7. And it's going to be the homestead and the administrative changes going from 2020 all the way to 2022. The first one on my list on page 7 is a basic homestead that we missed. They applied, and when they looked at their notice, actually looked at their deal, and they noticed that we did not have their homestead. They put through the paperwork on and saw that we missed it for 22 and for 21. So we just added their basic homestead for 21 and 22. It's on page 10. Okay. The next two, Miss Mobley and the Don Mobley estate on the first parcel, 731518. We accidentally put the deed on this particular parcel. The owners called in about the 144, the parcel below, and we had to restore the ownership to parcel 18 and to parcel 1. On the next 8, starting with parcel 74, the Curly family homes, all the way to page 8 to number 13, the Stars and Stripes. This is 8 parcels. I'm going to explain this. We have 8 parcels where they voided out 2 of the parcels and they were added to another. And then they ended up taking a little bit away from the other 2 and created 2 more parcels. So, I know. So total of 8 parcels. So 2 were voided, 2 were made larger, 2 were made a little bit smaller, and then there's 2 brand new. Now I go over them one by one. The first parcel, 74, it was made a little bit smaller due to this correction in the plot plan, and the value was reduced from 75,000 to 55,000 due to the lot size change. The next parcel, parcel 75, was actually voided out. It was combined with one of the other ones, so it went from 75,000 down to 0. The next parcel, 76, was made a little bit larger, but there was no change in the property value. It was still good on that one. Parcel 80, it was slightly smaller, and there's no change in the value on that one. On page 8, that was a awarded parcel 81, so we went from 0.75 to 0. Parcel 82 was made slightly, well, it was made a little bit large. We actually doubled the value on that one. And the next two, parcel 88 and 89, were put into the common area. So those are the two new parcels that we created, and they were given a nominal value to 250. And I explained that well enough to be understood. Okay, on parcel 962536, a deed that was reported after the close of the digest. So we changed it, corrected the ownership on that one. On parcel 1752528, the owner called in about their sale, and we put that on there and actually had to put it to the purchase price of $370. So we lowered that one by $20,400. Parcel 353-18219, it was also a correction after the digest. No change in ownership, no change in value. On page 9, this particular deed was put on, it was missing, it had to be removed, and we had to restore ownership to Cynthia Brown. The deed should have gone on parcel 28. Parcel 28 is not on here, because parcel 28 has sold at least 3 times since. We have the correct owner on that for 22 and for 23. So there was no need to change parcel 28. No change in value on that one. On parcel 976-1824, we had another deed that came in after the close of the digest, so we corrected the ownership on that one. And parcel 979-1823 was also another late reported deed. They reported the deed late, and it actually sold in 19, so we had to change it for 20, 21, and 22. And as you see on page 10, there's 21 corrected for the RMS, and on page 11, okay. On page 12, related to the lots of appeals, these two were C4, which we put back to their prior year 299C. These were 2020 299C values, and we just replaced them with appeals to go back to them. Okay. On page 13, these are the final residential properties, and we did a no change on these. They will go to DOE. These are the ones that we had a legal issue with, so we're still battling the legal issue. But in the meantime, we want to go ahead and process the rest of the appeals. And by the time it gets to DOE, hopefully we will have the legal involvement. No free. Questions? Herschel? No.
Yes.
Don't know if you're good. Any questions?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the audio's a little choppy, so I'm missing a couple of things. I apologize.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the real property value exchange business. And without chances. A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion. Okay. Now we're supposed
As far as processing. And we have DOE
stop it.
Thank you.
The next we have commercial property changes. They do it.
Mike.
So, we go through it.
One. Okay, on page 14, I had, this is just a field of adjustment, which is a vacant, piece out on Highway 5. Original value was $1,995,400. And after looking at it, I made adjustment for the topo and some shaping restriction due to some information that the owner provided in their field. We ended up with $1,197,286. And basically this piece had some issues with streams that were running through it and what all they could do with it, couldn't do with it. So I don't have anything from the Development Authority about what's buildable and what's not. They were supposed to supply that, but they didn't. So I felt like that was just a fair adjustment looking at what I had at the time. So it looks like the previous value on it had been, 371 from 2017 up until 2021, and then we reassessed it for the reval. So it's been under assessed for years. So, but we are, gaining some back from that through the reval process. That's all I really had on it, unless you had any questions about it. Questions? Oh, okay. All right, the next was 15, the hearing officer, developed from December 20th, 2022. We had 9 of those that were left in the week, and from the previous list. And you can see that before value and after value, most of them were just minimal changes based on assessment, based on data, was the reason for the appeal change. It looks like number 5 we had was about 20% or 21%. That's over on the rock quarry over on North County Line Road. And the new building was added to that parcel for 2022. They appealed it, but that was the end result from the hearing. So I don't recommend moving it forward due to the limited use of the land.
You do with all the giant hearing officer value. I entertain a motion to approve the commercial property value change.
Like approval for the commercial property value change, that's something from the source as and second.
Motion in second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we have 2 list taxes. Are you going to do your good look plan? There's good 10 copies.
Time to say good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year, and I'm still here.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Okay, I just have 2 on the exempt property recommendations. They're both, the first one is for the 2022 tax year, parcel 317-18235. This is a church on Veterans Memorial Highway. It's a building. Everybody knows where the 78 Body Shop is. It's a building about halfway between there and Fort Road on the left-hand side. They did submit a 501c and a service bulletin and a church directory along with the application. And due to it is a church, established church, I recommend approval for that one. And the second one is for the 2023 tax year. This is the old Gold's Gym here on Hospital Drive. It was purchased new owner for 2022, and the use was not active until January the 1st of 2023. What they're using that building for is for special needs adults. So I recommend approval for that one as well. That's all I have.
Doing a motion to approve these exempt property with service.
I can make a motion that we approve, the exempt properties as noted.
Motion second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. It's on the agenda. And.
No, we don't have any this year. No COVID yet.
Okay.
Coming soon.
Hey, there's a little bit of time for it tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes. Talk to Steve about that in a minute.
Courthouse, third floor. Courthouse, third floor.
3 to 5.
Yeah. 3 p.m. to 5. That is correct. And that was my fifth item on
This is, I think, this.
item number 5 is now on. Unfinished business, Project Rockwell. Just wanted to update the board that regarding the Project Rockwell, that's an abatement project with Development Authority, and our chairman of the board did sign the document, has sent out the documents for review. We do not have the fully signed document yet, but it was signed by the chairman of the board during the holidays. So our signature is on, and it's pretty much a rubber stamp. It's just saying that we acknowledge that we received this letter. As for the board's knowledge, just update the abatements that are going to be in it, just so we can review it. It's already there, but for year 1, they paid 0% taxes, year 2, 0, year 3, 0, year 4, 10%, year 5, 10, and so on. So it's in the document. So we can just review it, but it was always we not the ones that need to agree to this document. It's already an agreement with the Board of Commissioners, Development Authority, and the city. So, but it was that.
And the Development Authority get paid $5,000 each year to review the report. If they're required to submit by first to make sure that they're dotting all their i's and crossing all their t's like they say they're going to do. Whether they hire them, like one of them is supposed to hire 756 employees.
Minimum of $17.
$100 an hour or something.
So all of these are some criteria that you expect for them to get the application. We say that those agreements.
And we're going to change to some discussion about us being responsible for monitoring it. There's no way we don't know 18 votes, which it's a big deal. That's a big report. So they can pay $5,000. Plus, I spoke with the attorney and the lady who's going to be looking at the report. Yes, I can't remember her name.
Reason.
Yeah, some interesting thing. So she's going to be on top of it. She's going to review the reporting. Because there was some question about us contacting the company. There was a question when I read about us notifying the company that they hadn't submitted the report back for something like that. Reese said, no, I got it. So I'll be on top of that. So anyway, it looks good. Entertaining. But every county does this.
They do.
They're waiting for us to come in. Sure.
So that's the only thing we had as unfinished. Just wanted to update the board that the chair did put his signature to the document, so it's not waiting on us. And from my chair as the chief appraiser, we have some good news and not so good news and some bad news.
Okay.
So I'll start with the bad news first. The bad news is that we ordered in our 2022 budget, we ordered 17 computers, 34 monitors, and 3 laptops, of which we got 2 of the 3 laptops, 9 of the 17 computers, and 0 of the 34 monitors. And the good news is we received the cards. So the 4SK is with our fleet department, it's being updated with our logo, etc., etc. So we'll have it for appraisers to use.
Are the computers still pending? Are they on?
The IS department said that we are top priority. So I believe if we got half of it in 2023, we would make it the others 2024.
And the monitor, and perhaps the monitor.
And for us, the month. Yeah, so
They tell what the monitor.
yeah, and that's how we prioritize.
Let me ask you, my understanding is that even though we have the computers without the monitors, they're helpless.
I wouldn't say they're helpless. We're trotting along, but when we have to multitask with the screens that we have, and I'm imploring the board to sit with us if each member could just come one day and just sit with us to see how we process things, how we work. It would be very helpful, so you can see how we need to maneuver each staff with the computer. IS World requires that we look at 2 parcels or 2 areas at the same time. And it's tedious to be flipping from one to the next to the same screen. We can't do any comparisons. It's hard, it's a much longer time. So we need these 2 monitors so we can look at 2021 and 2022 at the same time, or 2 parcels that are adjoining. We need to flip windows.
I try to do that on my phone sometimes, and it's difficult.
Yeah,
So it would make life much easier.
so we're not efficient.
Right, we are 50% efficient.
Right. And what is the IT director's response to this?
He doesn't respond. He doesn't respond. I spoke to his manager and he said we are top priority. So
So you are people to hear the loss.
yeah, I emailed the boss, but I speak to the manager because he responds.
What are the next steps?
I mean,
What is next steps for this? We're just for
yeah, I still continue to email. The beginning of the year, I sent an email out to the director and his manager. And all them please give the commissioners meeting, and they said, "Oh, Steve, you're from top priority," and we got one that day.
So is there like an assistant county manager or administrator assigned to IT, or who do they report to? The county administrator?
Yeah, I think that was it, Fred. Okay, that was the second. And I speak to Fred from time to time. When we sent the last letter, I spoke with Fred, and the next day we got a letter that some were received. I was told at the last board meeting that they got some monitors. I haven't seen them.
Would it help to have a letter from us to Fred?
We have done that.
I mean, from the board, enough.
Okay.
What you do is go up the chain, we don't continue. That's fact, I mean,
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry.
so you ready? So we read the letter to the top already.
Yeah, I did one. I sent the copy of what we ordered. The date that we got the quote was 1/18/2026.
Hey, Steve, and again, I apologize, the audio is just a little bit in and out, so I may have missed a couple of things. I think you mentioned they said that we were their top priority. Did they tell us what that actually means?
Yeah, I will definitely ask that question, and I'm gonna do some follow up today I tried to reach out to Fred today and let him know where we are. Like, this is what I'm telling this board. I wanted to say to this board before I go to that board. So, and I will tell them where we're at with this and see what obtains. But I don't think it should take 2 years to get some computer.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
I was going to say, maybe we should.
Sure.
Listen, Mike, our next meeting.
I will.
If we can add it as an agenda item.
Okay. Yeah. Once it's possible, if the time permits, yeah, this time permits, we'll act on it by default. And next item is the appeals we have processed. All the appeals that came into us, we had approximately 2,000 how much was this? 66 appeals. And we processed, they have all been processed within the 180 days, so we should not have any reoccurrence of that 180 days. We had roughly 1,586 residential appeals, 362 commercial, 40 homestead, personal property 47. Motor vehicle, it keeps changing, but we process that all year long. We keep coming in, but there have either been no change, made adjustments made, and they have all been looked at and processed. So we're in the POE process now, where they're hearing them. Some are being continued to Superior Court, but that's the process that we will continue to do. It's cyclic, and every year it's going to be the same thing, but we're on target with the deals. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And Leanne's retirement is tomorrow. Tomorrow, and we are all invited. The board is invited for her send-off function. It's between 3 and 5 tomorrow at the courthouse. And we have every year we are required to post our return mail. So notices that are returned, we collect them, and we posted a list of the owners. It's a requirement by law. We did our postings at the courthouse. It was certified by the court. Getting certified, so this is our certification document from the court that we did post it in a timely manner. So we are doing what we're supposed to do. Just wanted to report that to the board for the record. That's it from my chair.
Are we having any, have we posted an advertisement for Leanne's replacement yet?
Not yet, because we are waiting word on the approved budget to see if we can have a new minimum. And we haven't gotten word yet that the budget is final. So we can change the advertising to show a new minimum, because we requested an increase. So that I'm awaiting, because I'm hearing 2 stories that it was approved and it wasn't approved. So we show what was approved.
I was just curious about what your future staffing looked like.
As it looks right now, it's still the same. We only got that 5% that was projected. So it was 5% last year, 5% this year. Not seeing anything additional based on what we requested. So it's just 5% of what we're seeing, which would have been 10% compounded over 2 years, but that still was not adequate. We were asking for additional 7%. I'm not sure if it was or was not, but until we see the confirmation of what was approved in the budget, it's not out yet.
Well, I guess I'll make order witnesses, certain date for the next meeting. 25th is 2 weeks from now.
I'm sorry.
Okay, how about the 26th? Our result is,
Yeah, 26, Thursday?
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, how about you, Pete? Y'all good? Well, the next day will be January the 26th. If we don't have any further business, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's bad.
Perfect. How's it gonna be?
What'd you say, Paul?
How's the grandbaby?
Say again?
How's the new grandbaby?
Oh, causing all kind of excitement. It's not the new one, it's the 2-year-old that's killing me. That's doing great.
Whenever you are.
What'd you say, Steve?
I was just letting IT know that we are closing off the meeting.
Okay, great.
Okay, yes, stand by.
Thank you, guys.